Think you know the secret to carry-on travel? In 2026, the old playbook isn't just outdated, it's a recipe for expensive fees and lost luggage. Subscribe to my channel Travion IQ for more essential travel intelligence that keeps you ahead of the airlines. Today, we are fixing the 14 most common carry-on mistakes that can ruin your trip before you even leave the tarmac. We are diving into the myths about bag sizes, the hidden costs of basic fares, and the one golden rule that will protect your technology, your medication, and your sanity. But make sure you stay with me until the very end, because our final section reveals the hidden legal rights and airline assistance policies that almost no traveler uses, but everyone is entitled to. Once you understand the true power you have as a passenger, you will never look at a boarding pass the same way again. The first trap most travelers fall into is assuming their carry-on is included in the ticket price. In 2026, that sleek suitcase you bought to dodge fees can still hit your wallet hard, especially on ultra-low-cost carriers. The fine print is where the danger lies. Depending on your fare type, a carry-on can actually cost more than a checked bag. You might think you scored a bargain fare, only to realize the carry-on allowance wasn't part of the deal. By the time you reach the check-in counter, an add-on fee of $60 can turn your cheap flight into a luxury-priced headache. Even if you have paid, there is the chaos of the gate check. When overhead bins fill up, staff will pull bags regardless of what is inside. This isn't personal, it is space management. But it means your laptops, documents, and chargers are suddenly riding in the cargo hold, out of your reach. This creates the gate lice phenomenon, the anxious crowd hovering near the boarding lanes. The smarter move is planning. Check the baggage policy when you book and set a reminder to be at the gate 30 minutes before boarding starts. What if you could bypass the overhead battle entirely? Frequent flyers are now ditching the large carry-on for a single, perfectly packed 48-hour survival kit as their personal item. If it fits under the seat, it stays with you. Inside this bag, you must keep your non-negotiables: medication, electronics, fresh clothes, and snacks. Even if the flight is rerouted, you have what you need to function. Remember the 1+1 rule. One carry-on and one personal item means exactly 2 items. At most airports, a small camera case or a purse counts as that third item. To avoid trouble, nest your smaller bags inside your personal item before you board. While the US rarely weighs personal items, budget carriers in Europe and Asia are now using mobile scales at the gate. Pack compactly and avoid making the bag look like it is bursting at the seams. If you're traveling with a pet, that carrier is your personal item. You will need to move your survival kit into your pockets or a very slim pouch that fits alongside the carrier. To make this all fit, you need the Ranger roll technique. Lay your clothes flat, fold a small lip at the bottom to create a pocket, and roll it tight like a burrito. This locks the fabric in place and prevents wrinkles. To take it further, use compression cubes. These aren't just packing cubes, they have a second zipper that squeezes out the air, turning a pile of clothes into a dense brick. However, remember that compressed doesn't mean lighter. Don't overpack to the point where the bag won't flex under the seat. Choosing the right bag is where most people fail. Personal item doesn't mean tiny, it means it must fit under the seat in front of you. In the US, the standard is roughly 18 by 14 by 8 inches. Subscribe to my channel Travion IQ to stay updated on these shifting dimensions. A structured backpack that opens flat like a suitcase is your best bet for avoiding the overhead scramble. Also, be aware that aisle seats often have less underseat space due to power boxes or support beams. If you need every inch of storage, book a middle or window seat. Once you are in the air, you can nudge your bag back a few inches after the plane levels off to free up legroom. Just ensure it doesn't block the aisle. Loop your foot through a strap as a discreet anti-theft move and a way to keep the bag steady during turbulence. Now let's talk about a mistake that could cost you thousands: the seatback pocket. It seems convenient to slide your laptop in there for a break, but it is a death trap. The moment the person in front of you reclines, the pressure can snap your screen or hinges instantly. Not to mention, those pockets are hotspots for germs and debris. Always slide your laptop back into your padded bag sleeve, even for a 5-minute nap. The security line is another area where travelers lose time. Liquids, gels, and aerosols are still capped at 3.4 ounces. If it is spreadable, like peanut butter, the TSA treats it as a liquid. Sharp objects, even tiny fruit knives, are a one-way ticket to secondary screening. Power banks must stay in your carry-on. They are a fire risk in the cargo hold. In 2026, many airports allow you to keep your shoes on if they aren't tech-heavy or thick-soled. Swap your metal buckle belt for a plastic clasp version to breeze through the scanners. Duty-free is the next big trap. Anything liquid purchased outside the secure zone, even if sealed, counts toward your liquid limit. Buy your liquids after security in the official duty-free zone to ensure they are sealed in the correct security tamper-evident bags. Boarding etiquette also matters. Hold your backpack at your hip when walking down the aisle so you don't hit other passengers. Put your personal item under the seat, not in the bin car space. Clear aisles mean faster boarding and fewer delays. If you are a senior, pregnant, or traveling with kids, you are legally entitled to ask for help. In the US, airlines must provide pre-boarding assistance to those who need more time. While flight attendants aren't always allowed to lift heavy bags due to injury risks, they can help find space or find a passenger to assist. Finally, never check your medical devices. CPA piece, glucose monitors, and oxygen concentrators do not count toward your carry-on limit. Keep them with you, labeled medical device. Keep your prescriptions in their original bottles and bring enough for an extra 72 hours of travel. Subscribe to my channel Travion IQ so you never miss these life-saving travel protocols. Flying with just a personal item isn't about bringing less, it is about choosing better. It is about moving through the world without carrying extra stress. If this guide helped you rethink your packing strategy, hit the like button. Share your TSA horror stories or your best packing hacks in the comments. I read every single one. I have more coming soon on the specific items that will get you flagged at security in 2026, so stay tuned, and I will see you in the next one.